Should we swap some culture?
Let's swap the culture in Culture Swap. The section we do where we swap culture.
Culture swap.
Whose culture? Our cultures.
Culture.
Sometimes other people's cultures. In this episode, Liam tried to claim it as his culture.
Yeah, I did.
So we're going to swap the culture.
Yeah. No one responded, because I think I asked the listeners, like, did they think this was more of a Liam thing or an Ellie thing? No one responded, so...
Because they all think it's both our things, which it is.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, whatever. Culture swap. Swap my culture. We're going to be discussing One Cut of the Dead. Here is the biggest thing I can say about this. Actually, before I go into that... Well, okay, let me go into that. Well, no.
You got so excited. You built to such a peak.
Before...
and then immediately went, actually...
Before we do the spoiler stuff, right? I just want to ask you, This is essentially, the way we described it, it was a Japanese zombie film, right?
Yes.
Now, for someone like Amanda, for example, who doesn't particularly get on well with horror films, would you recommend this film to someone like that? Because I'm going to say, like, we've got a spoiler thing coming up, but before I say to Amanda, like, I want to know if you think she should watch it before I say stop listening.
It depends on what Amanda can handle, because it's not scary.
It's not scary. It's not particularly gory or violent.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit gory.
A little bit, yeah, but not like honestly, ridiculous.
It's so worth getting through those bits.
Yeah.
I would honestly recommend you watch it, Amanda.
The thing is, 100%, this is a sort of film, and I think we might have said this last time. You have to go into it blind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. If you're planning to watch this film, honestly, turn this off before we talk about it.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. If you haven't seen this film, we are now going to spoil it, and it would be such a shame for anyone to listen to us spoil it and not watch the film. I don't care. Yeah. Even if you absolutely despise horror, don't care, watch this film before you listen to us talk to it. Or just never listen to us talk about it. Whatever, I'm fine with that.
I mean, my counterpoint would be, if you are never going to watch it, then you can listen to us, it's fine.
No, don't.
Okay.
Just watch this film and then listen to us.
I bet Tom listens to this, and I bet he hasn't watched the film.
Tom, you really should watch the film.
You should. You'd enjoy it, Tom.
Yeah.
Also, you're on your postal rounds. You're probably like not able to reach the pause button.
Well, let's give some time.
No, it's all right. Spoilers. We're gonna do spoilers. This film.
Honestly, though, watch this film.
Yeah, they get it.
Do they though?
Yeah.
I'm worried they don't.
I can't do that.
If you're listening right now and you're I might watch it, stop listening.
He's right.
Yeah. All right. So.
But I'm bored of saying it now. So let's talk
One
about
Cut of the Dead. One Cut of the Dead. Here we go. Talking about One Cut of the Dead.
It was good. Bye.
The thing about this is, it's the film. I kind of feel like is split into 3 sections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we just go like one section at a time?
Yes. The first half an hour of the film.
I think it's 40 minutes.
The first section. Is it? It's slightly longer.
Yeah, I think it is. 37 to 40 minutes, I think, something around that ballpark.
It's a zombie film.
It's a zombie film that is all told in one take, no cuts.
One continuous cut.
Yeah.
Which, hence the name of the film.
Yeah. It's
very clever. That bit's very clever, and it's really well done.
It is well done.
Like,
there's a few things that look a little bit ropey here and there.
Yeah, so it's the first 37-ish minutes are this one cut zombie film. It's not a good zombie film. Like, it's fine.
It's impressive, but it's not necessarily like...
Yeah, exactly. You're sitting there being like, oh, it's really impressive that this is all done in one cut and one take. The film itself is not particularly good. Shit's sort of going a little bit... Like, you can see where they make a couple of mistakes.
Yeah.
And, like, at one point, one of the actors stands up in the middle of another scene and she's meant to be dead. And she's sort of like... and then goes back down.
Yeah.
And, like, there's little things like that.
Just little things that you kind of notice them, but you're just like, I'll go with it. It's a Japanese zombie film. I'll go with it.
And it looks like it was done on a budget from that bit. Like, you're watching it and you're like, oh, it looks like it was on a budget, so I get it.
Yeah. And so all I'd heard going into this film is that the first, 40 minutes is this one take thing, and then something happens, and just watch it, basically. That's all I'd heard.
Yeah, I didn't even know that it would stop being one cut.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is so impressive. How are they going to drag this out for an hour and a half, whatever it is?
Yeah. So, yeah, you have that. And there is because Kat looked it up on IMDb and she went, oh, I know what the twist is. I was like, oh, really? And so, in the context of the story of the one take film, it's actors making a zombie film and then real zombies come.
Yes, yeah.
So Kat was like, "Oh, I know what the twist is."
Thinking that was the twist.
Yeah, but that's
it's
not even the start of the twist.
It's so many levels deep. So what you are watching is the story about people filming a zombie film. Real zombies attack them.
Yeah,
That's one level.
yeah,
Then the next section is you watching a man agree to make a zombie film.
Oh, yeah.
Where they are making a zombie film and they get attacked by zombies. So then you get a huge
section though is really jarring because you get the whole one cut thing,
Yeah.
and then a cut, then like a little title screen that says 1 month earlier.
You get, not only that, Liam, you get a fucking credit sequence.
Oh, yeah.
You get a slow pan credit sequence that just slowly zooms out on a girl standing on top of a thing, and I was like, sorry, what's happening? These are the credit? Is this an opening credits? What's happening?
I made Kat watch this with me, and she turned to me at that point and went, "It didn't feel like 90 minutes."
It's so fucking jarring.
Yeah.
Because then it stops being one cut.
Yeah.
And you get...
Suddenly the camera quality is much better.
Improves.
Yeah.
Yep. And you, jump back a month, and you're now seeing this, the director who you have just seen star in the film.
Yeah.
You see him, he's like this director who takes on shit jobs and does a very average job.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his saying is, but it's something like, I'm fast, but I'm average.
Yeah, I'm fast and cheap, but average. Something like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's his saying.
Yeah.
So he takes on all these shit jobs, and these producer guys are like, we want you to do a one-cut zombie film.
To launch our horror channel.
Yeah. And it's all going to be live.
Yeah.
This will be a live episode that is all one cut, 40 minutes long, deal. And he's like, no, that's ridiculous, haha. And then they don't laugh, and he's like, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you then watch the process of them casting people, and you sort of see that him and his wife seem quite close. Their family seems quite close, but his daughter has issues with him.
Yeah.
Assumedly, because she's quite a there's a scene that sets her up as refusing to use fake tears.
Yeah, so she also works on a different film set.
Yeah.
And she gets very passionate.
Yeah, she's super into filmmaking. She's this director that's it's all got to be pure and the best it can be.
Yeah, and in this scene it's literally a child, and she's saying to the child our film is a battleground, and the mum's like, do you need to be saying this? And then I think she yells some mean stuff at the mum. Yeah. It
escalates, and then he's there, and he's just oh, that's not.
Yeah.
That.
Then she gets kicked off that film set.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're watching her have this dislike the dad because of this.
Yeah.
He goes into all these casting things. The casting's kind of a shit show. The producers are rushing this thing out. He's having just this nightmare experience of getting people. A bunch of the actors are really. One of them is so upset because one of the scenes has a zombie pick up an axe.
Yes.
And he cannot get his. He's like,
but
zombies don't use axes.
That zombies act on instinct, and if they use axes, then that's motive.
Yeah, so they're sentient, and they're like, what? No, what?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Some zombies use it, and he's like, no, you have to explain to me.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
Yeah, he's taking this all very seriously.
Yeah. Then you've got the main lead female actress who
is a pop star.
Is I'm so happy to do all this. This will all be really fun. And then there's a bunch of scenes where she gets blood or sick on her, and she's just oh, my agency won't let me get vomit on me or blood or something. And they're like, well, I think it's just the sick. I think she's I can't be vomited on for anything. My agency won't let that happen. So they have to rewrite the script for her.
Yeah.
There's someone else turns up with a baby.
That's the person who should be doing the makeup. I think that the mum ends up.
Now.
Yeah.
It's so.
It's still. I think at this point it's still very jarring. You start figuring out what is going on, but it's just such a abrupt.
Yeah.
Right, we're going straight.
You're suddenly in this almost because I had seen that it was a horror comedy before I started. That was the only thing I saw, and I was like, oh yeah, there's some mildly funny stuff in the first 37 minutes.
Oh,
this is where funny stuff happens. It gets even funnier.
One of the best bits in the first 37 minutes is where they're just making small talk, and they're like, oh, so you've got any hobbies? She's like, oh yeah, I'm learning self-defense. And they're just the self-defense that she learns, which is basically
Pow!
pom.
Oh, sorry, pom.
Yeah,
Pom.
yeah, and you have to yell "pom" because that's part of it.
Yes,
but you also like put
that's
your
a core
arms
part.
straight up and sort of like not squat, lunge.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lunge.
It's just it's little things like that when you watch it at first, you're like, it's a bit weird, but I'll go with it. And then like you find out like, oh, you see her watching that self-defense video.
Yes.
Her like,
and you're like, okay, okay, something. I can see there's something here.
Yeah. It slowly starts clicking into place, but it still doesn't quite add up. But yeah, that whole like second section, I think is maybe like the weakest part of the film, just because it is so baffling and.
But I like it for that. The fact that it's just this sudden, fucking, totally different thing.
It is.
I think it would have been a weirder film if it had jumped from section 1 to section 3.
Oh, yeah. And the thing that section 2 does, and it's also why it sort of suffers, is it's a lot of setting up jokes that pay off later.
Yes. Yeah.
So, section 2, you do start figuring out what's going on, which is basically, like you said, he's been tasked with making this film. You see them go through like a script read-through. Another one of my favourite bits is you've got this like assistant director who's this like geeky looking guy, and the actor that's taking it all way too seriously is like, oh yeah, well I think you can really see how this is a commentary on racism. And the geeky guy's just like, can you point out in the script to me where it says that?
Yeah. So then section 3 is where the film just becomes pure genius.
Yes, which is you see them making the first section essentially.
Yeah, and you see that, like, so many little things that you either did or did... Like, because there are some things that I didn't pick up on at the time as weird. Yeah. But even they are, like, revealed to be someone fucking up somewhere. Yeah. Because this whole one cut just goes wrong from the get-go.
Yeah. Like, almost immediately.
Yeah.
Well, even before they started.
It is... Oh, yeah.
Because you have, like, two people don't show up.
Yes.
So
he has to get his wife and... Who else does he have to get to play?
He has to play the director.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the director doesn't show up. Yeah. I forgot that there was another guy playing the director. Yeah. So he plays the director role, and he gets his wife to play the makeup artist.
Yeah.
Then when they start filming, he lets out all his frustration. There's meant to be this opening scene where he has like a very minor go at one of the characters, being like, "You need to be better."
Yeah.
But he just flips out and actually shouts at them for things they've done in the like getting ready for the film. So he's like, you're useless, you're not. He's getting so angry, and everyone is like, whoa, he's gone off script, but he's really good. Yeah. And then just from there, it just everything goes wrong, and he on the fly, or like his daughter in the like editing room are just coming up with ways to make it work.
Oh yeah.
And it is just
so like
it's so well done.
Some things that go wrong. One of the guys has a problem with drinking, and he finds a bottle of sake, I think it is. Like,
is it unfilled? No, is it just it's just sake. Yeah, he finds sake.
Yeah, drinks that, and is just then horrendously drunk to the point where he can't really stand.
Which is one of the like as soon as they find him drunk in that scene, I was like, oh god, now the vomit scene at the beginning, mate. Because at the start of the film, you see a zombie throw up on the lead actress. Who then halfway through the film is like, no, my agency won't let anyone throw up on me. That's not like even fake vomit. That can't happen. So you're like, but she definitely did get thrown up on. I remember that. And then you're like, oh no, he's very, very drunk, and he just throws up on one of the other guys that's playing a zombie and like sound guy.
That's
or something.
The assistant director guy.
It is the assistant. He throws up in his face, and the assistant director is like, what is this fluid?
Yes.
Please tell me what this is. Can you wipe me off? And they're like, we haven't got time. And he's like, please wipe me off. I don't want this. Please.
He looks really shell-shocked.
It's so funny.
Because they're also, at the same time, in the story, he's meant to have had his arm ripped off. So they're like putting on like a prosthetic, and they're like covering him in blood and stuff. And it's just
so far.
It's
the thing it does cleverly is because it's all happening in one cut, and you see like the way they film that third part is the filming of the one cut is going on, but the bits that go wrong tend not to be the actual filming.
No, it's like behind the scenes
usually
stuff.
It's something that will happen in the next scene, and it's them getting ready for that, and that goes wrong. So like you're seeing this one shot camera moving round, and the camera you're part of is like moving around that to show like someone in the distance something's happening, or like it's just so well put together where it feels like that one shot is just going on the whole time in the background.
Exactly.
And you're just seeing different cuts of like stuff going wrong, and it's
yeah, and like
it's just fucking
it's
genius.
how they fix the things that go wrong as well. Like there's a great bit where in the first bit it looks really stilted, where all of the actors just kind of look at each other and they're not really too sure what to do, and then they all look like towards the camera. Yeah. And then you later find out it's because there's someone behind the camera with like a sign that is like, right, this has gone wrong. Here's what you need to do next. Yeah, just keep going. Just stick to the script, basically.
He's coming back as a zombie.
Yeah.
Just small talk till we're ready or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just all like, oh, and that's when the conversation about hobbies comes up and the POM self-defense.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just so smart.
It is, honestly. It's so well done.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I just sat there like, this is fucking genius. This is so cleverly done.
Yeah, exactly.
Even one of the bits I noticed, or everyone noticed, it's fucking obvious, but like when she, in the main film, in the 30-minute or 40-minute film, there's a bit where the main actress is like the last one left, and she's run down to this shed.
Yeah. And
she's just crouched in a corner, and then you just see she freezes, and this zombie walks into the shed.
Yeah.
Pauses. Yeah. And then just walks out. And in the film, you're like, okay, what? A zombie? It definitely saw her, but it just
well, there is like a sort of hint in the film that she has some sort of control over the zombies. Like when she says stop, they will stop briefly.
Yeah, that's true. But then, like, when you actually see that bit at the end, it's just this poor, like, assistant dude with his legs painted like a zombie, just his legs, so that he can stand in the camera shot, just holding a sign. I can't remember what the sign says.
I think it says there's an axe outside.
Oh, grab the axe outside and go to the roof or something. Because she's just come down from the roof.
Yeah.
And then she immediately gets an axe and goes back up to the roof.
Yeah, and I think she actually says, like, she picks up the axe and is like, oh, that's lucky.
I think she says it, like, sarcastically, and, like, she's like, oh, an axe, lucky me.
Yeah, that's it.
And you're like, because in the film you're like, oh, okay, she's sass, fine, whatever. But yeah, it's because she's just like, oh, right, cool, yeah, more stuff.
Yeah. There's just, like, there's just jokes that work. So, like, one of the jokes is that the director doesn't want his wife in it because she used to be an actress, but she got, like, way too into her roles. And then
when she plays a character, she gets heavily invested and thinks it's real.
Yeah, and then in this one, you just there's a beautiful bit where she's literally just running around like jump kicking zombies.
Yes. Who are just other actors.
Yeah. She's so into it.
She attempts to kill the main female actress with an axe.
Yeah. That
like just actually goes to kill her, and everyone's like, "What is that? What?"
Yeah, my favourite joke though is in the middle section. It's set up. There's a guy, and he's like, "I've emailed you. I can only have, I think, soft water." He's like, if I have hard water, it messes with my stomach. I get diarrhea. Yeah, I can only have soft water. I did email you, and then like you see the start of the day, and he goes over to this lady, and he's like, "I need to know where the bathroom is." She's like, "Okay." He's like, "I did email you about it. It's really important that I know where the bathrooms are." And she's just like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine." Then obviously he mixes up his water.
Yep.
And you've got this brilliant scene that you see in the first one, but you don't really pay much attention to, where just in the background, he's just sat there.
It fits. It looks like he's trying to sneak out.
Exactly, yeah.
And it fits in the film. You're like, yeah, he's trying to get away from, like, this crazy director.
Yeah. And he's just sat there, not looking very well. And like you said, in the context of the film, sure, zombies are happening. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, he tries to leave, and the director yells at him. And you find out that it's because he's mixed up his water, and he's got real bad stomach problems going on.
Yep.
And then
he just shits in a bush for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
While this assistant is putting on zombie makeup, and he just cries.
Which it is immature humour. It really is, but it's so funny.
It's just, I think that's the reason that's so funny is because it's so well done. Like, because it's so, like, it's obviously immature humour, but just the I don't know, the way it's, you've seen it happen and didn't realise that this guy shit himself or is about to shit himself.
Yeah.
And then it is the, like, him sitting there and the director just being like, "Oh yeah, I'm really sorry," and he's like, "No, it's fine. Like, I know I've got to go here because I've got to be in the next scene." And the guy's like, yeah, no, do the makeup now.
Yeah.
And he's just this guy's just squatting on the floor, pooping, and being like, this assistant makeup lady's putting on his makeup.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Just like so many things go wrong, and the pleasure of the third section is just seeing how they keep going, and it ends so sweetly as well.
Yeah, what with the everyone has to form that they've got the final scene of this live action thing of this live fucking episode is meant to be this like. They attach the camera to one of the crane arms, and it does this like real slow pan out zoom of the girl standing on the roof,
and she's stood surrounded by this like blood symbol,
pentagram of blood or something, and to like near the beginning of, I think it's the first time they go on the roof, someone knocks that whole crane over and it breaks. So you're like, okay, something's got to happen here, and their plan is they just get the moment anyone's not on camera and is no longer needed on the camera, they go over and start setting up this human pyramid. And they're just going to pass the camera up the pyramid to slowly like zoom out. And it just ends with them all in this human pyramid while this poor girl is just standing in front of them drenched in real vomit and blood.
But it's such a like sweet moment of just everyone coming together to save this like absolute train wreck.
Yes. It is just pure genius.
So talk me through how you were feeling as you were watching it, because it really does like...
I mean, it was literally like we said. You watch the first part and you're like, okay, I'm watching a sort of amateur zombie film that's not particularly great, but it's fine. And then, part 2 starts and you're like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I think I messaged you and just said, what the fuck is this film?
I just said go with it.
And you were like, no, keep... Yeah, you said go with it. And I was like, oh no, I fucking am. I love it. But it's fucking weird.
And then the third part, it just all comes together, and it just and
you're just like, this has just been an amazing time, and I'm just happy. Like, it gives you a load of like little sweet, like even the dad and the daughter like getting on again at the end because she's like, oh shit, no, because doesn't he get someone to actually cry or something? I feel like there was a bit where there's definitely a moment where someone's meant to cry and he doesn't use fake tears because there's that moment where she's like, oh, or something. I don't know, but there's more to it. She's just like, you've fucking put in hard work to make this bullshit thing work. So they have this bonding moment, and that's very sweet.
It is just... I don't think... When I was first watching it, I wasn't expecting to be so, like, invested in it going well by the end. Because, like, you've seen how it pans out, but you're still, like, when you're watching that third section, you're still like, oh shit, how are they going to fix this?
Yeah.
Which is...
You're like, I know that this works, because I've seen it work.
And there's little bits as well where you're like... Oh, wait, like, the big bit I remember for me, I was like, as soon as you realise what the film is actually doing, you know the bit where in the first half, or like first half hour, whatever, they go outside, they're near a car, and the camera's just, it's like dropped on the floor, essentially.
Yes.
And it's just left there for way too long, and then it's picked up. When it all started, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what that's going to be. And it's little things like that where there's so much that's set up in this film that is then just paid off really satisfyingly.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, that bit specifically as well is like an example of the stuff that you can miss. Like, because I know that I saw that happen, but the bit I missed was the fact that after that point, the way they film it is different. Because because basically the cameraman has like fucked up his leg in the car scene.
Or his back.
So this other, he's done something, he's hurt himself. So this like assistant camera woman takes over, and her whole thing was like, no, we need to do like these dramatic zooms and like, which... As soon as you then see that happen at the end, I was like, oh yeah, there was like suddenly zooming happening that wasn't happening before. Like I remember in that scene, there's a bit where she zooms in on the person running, and I remember being like, oh, zoom. But like I didn't notice that the style had changed until I saw that happen and was like, oh, that's so clever. It's genius.
It really is. It's just, I don't understand how someone just sat down and went, let's just put this together like this. Like on the Blu-ray cover, I think it gets compared to Shaun of the Dead, and I get it, like zombie comedy,
funny zombie,
but it's very different to Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah, totally different.
Because like Shaun of the Dead is funny in that it's like very respectful of zombie films and like a homage and stuff. This is very much like doing entirely its own thing. This is like, I don't even know, this is like a homage to not amateur zombie films, but the making of amateur zombie films. Like, which is just a wild topic to have a whole film about, and I didn't know I needed it in my life, but I do. This is why, like, when I first watched it, we then recorded with Ashley, and I was like banging on about it because I was just like, I need to talk to someone about it. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, one, we need to do it for a culture swap because I feel like that's the only way I can get you to watch it. But two, I wanted to watch it again to see if it held up on a second viewing. And
do you notice more of the things in the first bit?
You do, but it's still just a complete joy to watch.
I mean, one of the thing, not the bit I liked the most, but like a bit I didn't know I was going to love as much as I did, was the end credits of the actual film, like of the whole film.
Yeah.
Are them showing you how the actual people made this film. Yeah. Which is, so you get to watch the making of a film about the making of a film about people making a film that get attacked by zombies. Yeah. And that is, the thing that's amazing about it is you're watching it, and a lot of the stuff that they do in part 3. Yeah. So like there's a scene where like someone cuts off someone's head, and they have to have this crew standing behind the door who've got a pretend body ready, a bucket of blood, and they have to throw it in at the right time. And for the actual one cut, like they did the same thing in the exact same way. They just do it better. Yeah. Like that's the difference. Is when you watch the actual crew do it, you're like, oh, these guys are professionals. Yeah. Like stuff that looks shit is because it deliberately looks shit, and they actually know what they're doing. But you just get to watch all these parallels of like professionals making a bad film about. It's so good.
It's really impressive. We had an email about it.
Who from? Kat.
Yeah, Kat emailed after I reminded her.
Made her.
Yeah. She said, when Liam first sat me down to watch One Cut of the Dead, I thought I was watching a terrible B-movie, Japanese style. Despite the cringy scenes and cringier acting, I did start to get into the story of the movie, and then the twist happens. As we watch from behind the scenes how the beginning film was cobbled together, I began to love it. It's absolutely hilarious and genius. 4 out of 5, would watch again.
Yep.
And we also got a tweet from Frankie, who said, my thoughts on the film, because I did a tweet earlier saying we're about to record, if you've got any thoughts, let us know. She said, my thoughts on the film are simply that I'm so sad I missed it at the Japanese Film Festival last year, because there is no way to watch it here at the moment, and I keep hearing amazing things about it. Hope you both loved it. I won't be able to listen to that part for a while.
Yeah,
which
that's fair.
You know.
When you do finally get round to listening to this bit, Frankie, tell us what you thought.
Yeah, definitely. And I really hope someone, like Amanda, as an example, who isn't that into horror, does give this film a try, because it really isn't a horror film.
No,
but you can't tell people that going into it, because it just ruins it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can say comedy horror because that is how it's advertised.
Yeah, but even so, I do think the less you know going in, the better.
Oh yeah, definitely. If I could convince someone that they were going to just watch a zombie film, and then they watch this, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah. Just for that moment where it cuts to like a month later, and it almost becomes a bit like soap opera-y.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think the racial stuff was?
There isn't any, Liam. That's the joke. Let's move on.
No, because typically, right, zombie films are typically used as that sort of...
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what the joke is.
Yeah, so like the Romero films, right, the Night of the Living Dead has a whole racial undercurrent. Dawn of the Dead, it's all like consumerism and stuff. Day of the Dead, it's all about military. This one, Blood Sacrifice.
I don't think it's about... Sure.
There we go.
Would you give it out of 5?
I would give it a solid 4 out of 5.
Oh, see, I think I'd give it a 4.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really liked it.
It is really good. I had a feeling you would like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know how to sell it to you to get you to watch it without doing it as a culture swap.
It's a zombie film. I like zombie films.
You do, but it's so much more than that. But I can't tell you that.
Yeah, no, I know, but like that's how you could have got me to watch it. Is you could have gone, I've seen a really cool zombie film.
Right, but I did spend a long time talking about how good it is on the episode with Ashley.
Yeah, and then we did it as a culture swap.
Yeah.
Like for the next for the episode after.
Yeah, because you hadn't watched it in that time. I'm very impatient.
Jesus Christ, I know. So Ellie, what are we doing next time? Well, Liam, we're doing 50 Shades Darker because we missed English Mother's Day, so we said we'd do it for American Mother's Day. Yeah, that's right. We'd have to be real idiots to forget that and tell the listeners we were doing something else and then remember after we'd recorded and then have to make some weird recording later to put in where you pretend to be me but no one notices because your impression of me is so good. Exactly, Liam. You know, you're real cool, E-Dog. Thanks, buddy.
Tweet us at nerdonnerd.
Yep.
Email us nerdonnerdpod@gmail.com. Facebook us, facebook.com/nerdonnerdpod, all one word. iTunes, rate, review us, 5 stars, please. Leave a review. We haven't had one in well over a year. Be nice to have a review. YouTube us. If you just search Nerd on Nerd, all one word, we should pop up. Or if you go to our Twitter page thingy, I'm tweeting out a lot of links to YouTube videos and stuff as they go up, so you can get to our channel from there. Subscribe so you don't miss anything.
We're also on Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify. We're all over the place now.
I just like pointing that.
But you can't really get in touch with us through Spotify.
You could try.
Alright. Any final thoughts, Ellie?
Yes, we need to do more stuff before the next episode.
Why?
Catching up with was shit. Bye.
I don't think it was. I think everyone enjoyed 10 minutes.